Just because someone has potential doesn't mean that you have to stay. His potential will not feed you when you are hungry. His potential will not support you when you have an emergency or when you're in crisis. His potential will not clothe you when you have nothing to wear. His potential will not save you. Because the danger of potential is that you may spend your whole entire life waiting for them to change. Waiting for something, that may or may not even happen. They have potential, but it doesn't mean that they intend to actualize it. Alcoholics, they have potential to stop drinking. It doesn't mean that they do. And just because your partner has potential, it doesn't mean that they owe it to you to fulfill their potential. Potential, it's like the awkward gray area. They have what it takes, but they don't want to utilize their resources to achieve what it takes. Just because they are deep, just because, they have vivid philosophical thoughts, just because they have a lot of interests, just because they give you good advice, just because they are loyal, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are good for you. They may have potential, but if they do not intend to act on their potential, it means nothing. What if I told you, hey, I will transfer $1 million, £1 million to your bank account, but I change the password so that you cannot access the money. You have the money because it's in your name, it's in your bank account, but I just don't give you the means to access it. It's the same with potential. Just because they are promising doesn't mean that they intend to fulfill their promise. Potential is fleeting. It doesn't give you anything to work with. You just have to have blind faith that they will eventually change. You just have to have hope. You just have to believe in them. And that's great, honestly, if your partner fulfilled their potential. But I think for a lot of people, it just keeps them stuck. It keeps them tethered. And that's when it becomes toxic. Someone's potential. It's something that may or may not blossom into existence. And if you believe, and if you stay with someone just because they show potential, you're essentially gambling your whole entire life, your future, on the hope that one day they will change. And you don't know if they will. A lot of people, they deteriorate. They never change. They never do better. They only get worse. If he isn't treating you good, if he isn't treating you how you deserve to be treated, then he will treat another woman that way. Why would you want to stay with someone who is satisfied with giving you less than bare minimum? I don't understand. Oh, wow. Wow, less than bare minimum, again. Oh my. You really didn't have to. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to take potential as currency, as proof of change. Potential doesn't mean anything because it's intangible. You cannot do anything with it. Everything is beyond your control. And if someone sees that they don't have to give you more because you accept less than bare minimum, then they will see no point in actualizing their potential and fulfilling your hopes. If you want to survive in love, if you want to survive in life, you must be a pragmatist. You cannot put your stakes, your entire future, on someone else's potential. Because it's intangible. It's not a resource. You cannot do anything with potential. You cannot go to a shop and say, hey, I have no money, yeah, but my partner, my boyfriend, he has so much potential, So can you give me all of this for free? You see, you cannot do that. You have to be pragmatic if you wish to survive. Never mind thrive. You cannot take potential as promise of anything greater. Because potential is non-committal. Just because someone possesses potential doesn't mean that they intend to embody it.